On Friday, New York City Mayor Eric Adams declared a state of emergency over the mass arrival of migrants bust from the U.S. southern border in recent months.
Now, last month, some news started to spread about how some of these migrants could end up in western New York as a possible solution to this problem. 2 on Your Side's Andy Payton joins us now with more on the latest developments in that crisis. Andy?
Yes, Scott and Mary Alice, that's right. Last month, Senator Gillibrand suggested parts of upstate New York could help alleviate some of the pressure and the billion-dollar cost New York City is expected by welcoming immigrants to their cities. And while it seems like a simple solution, it's a little more complicated than it sounds.
This is unsustainable.
As more and more buses full of migrants continue to roll up to New York City, New York Mayor Eric Adams continues to press the Biden administration for aid as the city scrambles to find housing for the more than 17,000 asylum seekers they have taken on this fiscal year.
We need help, and we need it now.
New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand says that help can come from upstate, from cities like Niagara Falls that would actually benefit from taking on migrants due to its population being under 50,000 residents, qualifying the city for additional federal aid through the Community Development Block Grant. But Niagara Falls Mayor Robert Resteno says while the city would benefit from the funding, it's not about the money.
If we don't do this right, if all we do is move these migrants from one location to another, we're actually re-victimizing them.
The mayor says that because the city used to have a population of 120,000, lawmakers think it should be able to house these additional migrants. But in reality, it doesn't have the education, health, or housing infrastructure at this time to do so.
It's more than just welcoming additional residents and increasing our population. It's being able to give them, at least the basics so that when they come here, they have a head start.
He tells me that if the state was able to provide the proper funding and time necessary to put together a plan, Niagara Falls will be more than willing to open its doors to migrants, but that this is not something that can be solved overnight.
If you're telling me that there's a bit of time for us to get our program in place, then great, we could do that. But if you're saying to me, look, it's a week from this coming Thursday, I can assure you that there will be gaps.
Niagara Falls mayor also noted that the town is one that was built on immigrants as it had heavy Italian immigrant population in the 1930s. And for that reason, he says they're going to do everything they can to be able to welcome more migrants as they've benefited the city for nearly a century. Scott and Mary Alice.